Alrighty, in every class, I did number 1, which is right here. If you didn't see that live, or if you didn't watch the video previously because I was out of class for a couple of hours, it is right here, okay? So number 1 is that you have x minus 3 equals 14. And I'm doing this just because, yes, it is written there, but it might be helpful to kind of see the steps that we took. You are definitely smart enough to know that, hey, the answer is 17 for 2 reasons. 1, because it's right there, and 2, because what number minus 3 would equal 14? Well, so here's what I want to see you do, though. I want to see you say, we have a left side of the equation, a left side. We have a right side, okay? You don't have to label them as left and right, but this green line right here is us communicating this side. What's happening on this side is that x is being subtracted by 3, okay? So if I am subtracting by 3, in order to get x by itself, I am going to add 3. Why am I going to add 3? Because negative 3 plus 3 is 0. And now this x is by itself, and that's what we wanted to happen, okay? But we have a problem if we stop here, because if you add to one side, you must add to the other side. That's how equality works, okay? So, and if you're like, what do you mean equality? We talked about this several different times, or several different ways, I guess I should say, of like, if your parents are giving you money to go to the movies and they give you $5 and they give your brother $10, is that equal? No, and that's why you're upset about it. So if they happen to give you both $10, they give you a 5 and a 5 and a 10, you're okay with that, right? Because it's equal. All right, so x equals 17. That's number 1, x equals 17. Here's kind of the plan. I'm going to do maybe like 5 or 6 more of these. You can do the rest of these for sure. I've actually already done number 8. But let's do this. Let's go down, right? So let's do number 4, y plus 10. Number 4, y plus 10 equals 45. Okay. There's a left and a right side. On the left side, we have y plus 10. I'm going to subtract 10 from both sides. And what's going to happen is these cancel. That was on purpose. The y is now by itself, and that's going to equal 35. Number 11 is, number 4. I don't know why I said 11. Q minus 11.4. Now we are here. You know what? I'm going to zoom in here. I have the ability to zoom in. And you might, I know that I told you to do this on a separate sheet of paper. It's because I want you to have enough room. While there is some room here, there's not enough room, okay? So I'm going to add 11.4. I'm going to add 11.4. Why am I adding? Because over here, Q is being subtracted by 11.4. And in order to get Q by itself, we want to get rid of 11.4. And now we've done it. And we have Q equals 17.6. How did I get that? You just add. 4 and 2 make 6. 6 and 11 make 17. So Q equals 17.6. Number 10 might seem different because we have the 27 on this side and then the n plus 7's on the right. That doesn't matter though, okay? Because we have a left side and a right side, yeah? And we want to get n by itself. What's happening to n over here is it's being added by 7, so we will subtract 7 from both sides. That causes these 7's to cancel, which leaves our n by itself, which is now 20, because 27 minus 7 is 20, so number 10 is n. Okay, so I gotta be honest with you, I feel like you can do the rest of these. That is enough to kind of get the ball rolling. You might look at 8 and 9 and be a little freaked out because they're fractions. I already did number 8 right here. So if you want to pause and glance at that, great. Again, I did it in class, or I did it on the video for the classes that I wasn't able to be at, but I will do it now. So in case you still would like another go at it. So we have b plus 2/3 equals 4 1/3. There's a left side and a right side. And what's happening is on this left side, b is being added by 2/3. Well, we want b by itself, so we will be subtracting 2/3. Why subtracting? Because that way, that is now gone, and b is by itself. Now, we have to subtract by 2/3 over here. And honestly, guys, this part is the part that takes the most thinking, in my opinion, because 1/3 minus 2/3 is going to give you a negative number, and I think it's just going to mess with some of y'all. So what I did here was I borrowed. So and if you're like, what is borrowing exactly? Remember the days when you had like maybe 223 minus 78. And you think, oh, okay, I can't do 3 minus 8, so we would borrow, right? This 2 became a 1. This 10 became, this 20 became 10. And now this 3 becomes 13 because we borrowed the 10 in order to do that, right? Now, that's what we're going to do here, okay? So let's do that. Let's borrow from the 4, and now there will be 3. So we borrowed a 1. And that 1 is going to come down here in the form of 3/3. So 1/3 plus 3/3 is 4/3. And don't forget your 3, okay? 3 and 4/3 minus 2/3. So we have borrowed just like here, but I am going to erase this to kind of get it out of our face so we can focus. 4/3 minus 2/3 is 2/3. If you're confused, just think, what's 4 minus 2? Well, it's 2. And now put thirds on all of them, right? Okay, and then 3 minus nothing is 3. So this is 3 and 2/3. That is what number 8 is. Please don't expect me to say, oh, okay, cool, you just wrote down my answer. I want you to still have written this stuff out, okay? Maybe, you know what? Why don't I finish it off by doing some of these? 45 less than a number. So if I have a number, 45 less than that number would be that number minus 45. I mean, think about it. Pick a number. How about 100? 40, and then enter it into that sentence, so to speak. So 45 less than 100. Okay? So 45 less than 100. Well, if we really would do this in order to figure that out, and we go, oh, that's 55, right? But how did you get this? You had to subtract, right? So 45 less than a number m is negative 78. And that's where I want you to stop on that one. I wanted you to just set it up. Okay? How about this one? A number y minus 8. Y'all, that's y minus 8 is 23. Okay? I'm not going to go ahead and do 17 because you got to do them. You could do this. So if you got questions, let me know. See you later.